Okay guys, you're sick and tired of seeing Yuumi, Seraphine, or Lux in your games, right? You just want an epic champion who fits the part of such an epic game. Well, have we got a champion guide for you today. No cute anime waifu here, only pure badassery, and yes, that is a word, I did not just make that up. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into none other than the Chain Warden himself, Thresh. If you want to be a playmaker as a support, then this is definitely the champion for you. He's tanky, his kit is extremely useful, and he's just a whole lot of fun. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Before we really go off on a tangent, let's quickly go over his abilities, as we do with every champion guide. First off, his passive. It's pretty easy, really. Thresh harvests the souls of enemies that die near him, permanently granting him armor and ability power. So basically, the more people your ADC takes down, the tankier you get. So keep your ADC safe and you get stronger. It's really just a win-win situation. His Q, Death Sentence, is what opponents have to respect because it binds an enemy in chains and pulls them towards him. Activating his ability a second time pulls Thresh to the enemy. So if a squishy opponent isn't paying attention, hook them in and boom, instant kill. The W, Dark Passage, is great for anyone who has an ADC who enjoys taking risks. It's basically a get out of jail free card. It summons a lantern which shields your ally. They can also click on it and dash towards Thresh. How many times has a Thresh lantern saved lives already? Weird though, because isn't Thresh here to harvest souls? His E, Flay, is a bit tricky to use and takes some getting used to, but it's very useful, especially in the early game. Basically, Thresh sweeps his chain, knocking all enemies hit in the direction of the blow. You'll have to practice this a few times to knock them where you want, but after a game or two you should get the hang of it. Now, finally, we get to his ultimate, ominously named the Box. Basically, it traps opponents, slowing them and dealing damage if it's broken. That's it, that's the ability. But it's extremely useful, especially in teamfights. So, there we have the abilities. As you can tell, Thresh is a tanky support who has anything you really want. He's got some crowd control thanks to his chains and Flay, and he can shield his ADCs with his lantern and save them if need be. Now onto keystones. The best keystone to run is Aftershock. This rune makes him tankier since even if you miss a Q hook, you'll still be able to try with Flay, and that's basically a guaranteed hit. The go-to support item on Thresh is usually Locket of the Iron Solari, since it gives him ability haste, armor, magic resist, and HP. All things which Thresh loves to have. So make sure you get that as soon as possible. Oh, and the item also has an active which grants shields, which also come in handy. Thresh is the type of support who won't just sit back and watch his ADCs back. No, Thresh is there to make plays happen. He wants to use his Q to hook in enemies and start off skirmishes. He wants to dominate the lane, so that's also how you've got to play him. Thresh is a chat, so play him like one. Thanks to his passive, he's also got infinite scaling. He continues to gain armor and AP constantly, which make him a strong pick for late game fights as well. He will likely be the initiator for those with his hook. So it is important to master your skill shots. A single missed hook can mean the end for your team. They depend on you to make that play, otherwise the fight might be lost from the get-go. But with a bit of practice, nobody will be able to sidestep your hooks, especially in lower elos. There you have it guys, our short little Thresh guide. Practice your hooks and roam between the bot and mid lane, then you'll be the perfect Thresh support player. Hope you have fun trying him out. Until next time.